So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Spread right, 72. So right. Green 80.
Bortles now on 1st down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Mike 39, Lucy.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. His first catch. Good for 16 and a first. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing is Bortles. Caught, Seferian-Jenkins, right side. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Green 80.
Bortles going to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
And we're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. Room to run inside the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Now let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep here, and this is caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Sturgis adds the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here we go.
Tight right.
Green 80. Green 80.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Oh, shit! Hot!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways. Right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw now on first down. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now let's go!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now, but later.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Melvin Ingram in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
On play action, now Bortles, eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big 30-yard play on third. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Fournette, a first down carry. Fournette fighting through. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Over.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Switch.
Detroit.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So after the INT, it's Bortles. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Eleven B.
Odd. 5 down.
So left.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. To throw, it's Bortles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He has been interception-prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And some room to maneuver. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Gun!
Now Gordon on 1st down. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Switch. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Now back to throw. And Allen's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And Sturgis able to knock it through, but hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a 1st down. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Bortles to throw. This one complete to Niles Paul. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big one there for the Chargers. 51 yards. Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of this?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Lucy.
On second down, here's Bortles. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Let's go. Lucy.
3 down.
3
Bortles now on first down. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cole. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
Spread right, 72.
They go play action here on first down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time, and he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could be...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run, because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here's a give to Fournette. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice, safe throw, and a good one.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Going for the deep ball. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Yeah, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Bortles now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
11. Green 80. Green 80. Roy. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Bortles. Over the middle, complete. That's Cole. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They begin with a run by Fournette. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Set. Green 80. Set.
Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out. after this. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
Green 80. Green 80.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
372.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He's going to loft one. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's complete right side to Benjamin. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. The play action fake, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. The 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now Bortles. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Green 80.
On play action, it's Bortles. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff. Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And right side, Hillard's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jags, it'll be a 13th win on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.